don't even know what to start with. Should I start with, I'll start with garbage. These need bleaching on. Maybe I'll go put bleaching on. To clean some of my containers because they were growing mold and it was disgusting. I think I'm going to do a mix of soil in here so I have fresh soil. This is cactus and palm succulent. This is orchid media. Spikes, more orchid media, some string things, sticky traps, some CISO, but I have professional shears. So use a bit of this. Oh, this is charcoal. And then this is the bark. some soil, and I'm gonna use this. This you're supposed to mix with soil, not with like water. So, I'll use this to actually repot the plants, and then this will go on top. So then when you water it, the food is incorporated in the soil on the top layer, and then it feeds it. That's my instructions. First guy up is her. Use this. Making a mess right now. She low-key needs like a smaller pot, like this suits her better. I'm gonna use this one. Oh, I forgot to trim it. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I don't... This is hard. be her. Very gentle. Ooh. I honestly kind of want her in here, but the root is too big. Like, should I put her back in here? That feels too big. What I feel like she needs to go here, and she needs to go here, right? No. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna set this off to the side. Oh mon Dieu. She has good roots. Get this. more dirt. I just got confused there for a second. She has like this rope thing on her. She needs a snip. Oh my god. This is hard. Okay, I've gotten my first like bottom layers down. I'm just gonna add this now. something like this. Maybe something like this. This, but this doesn't have a hole in it. The heck is that? I'm doing it in here. I can do it. Or and oh, that feels like too small. Should I put it in here? Yeah. Okay. Her, her, and her.
Yes.
But I don't think I have enough soil.
No.
Do you want to go to the store and get me some soil?
I can't. I have 2 pots on the stove.
No.
That's like my
Okay, I think that's the best I'm gonna get it, but like you want the roots not to be matted. I was thinking for her. Well, I'm just gonna put this down for a second. I was thinking I'd just get rid of this guy. I'm not feeling him too much. And I don't know. I need to see where the roots look. Okay. Not bad. Okay. Wait, I can fix that one. Yes. This one's so perfect. There's some good soil here. I need some soil. Okay. This is the other. I ran out of soil. I need to go get more soil because I clearly have a lot more plants to do. I don't know if this is going to continue today because the sun is also shifting, but I like the progress. It takes a lot for me to even just come out here, so the fact that this encouraged me to do that is super helpful. finished gardening. It's been a week since I filmed that day, and I did the rest of the plants. There was a little intermission because I ran out of soil and I had to go get some more. But overall, it was a very successful artist date. I felt complete serenity at that point and a lot of happiness and a lot of joy because I had meant to tend to the plants for so many months now, and it was just something that I was never able to get around to do. And this gave me an excuse or a reasoning to finally make time, set time aside, and prepare a little date to be creative, to be nurturing, to be calm, and honestly, I mean, just touch grass, just touch soil, just touch the earth, and connect with that and ground myself a little bit. So it was a very successful artist date for week 1. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of update about my journaling progress so far because at this point I finished week 2 of the morning pages, and today I would be going on my next artist date, but because of the Easter holiday, it set everything back a little bit, and I'm also going on vacation in 7 days, so, and it's also my birthday. So there's just a lot coming on, and the artist date was very much on the back burner, but I am still going to do it. It's part of my commitment, and it's part of the whole workshop. It's a non-negotiable. I will definitely be getting to it, but I just wanted to show you guys my artist pages. So you can see kind of here, they start out a bit rough and squiggly, but my mom has very beautiful journal entries, and I wanted to take a time out of my day, since I'm already committed to writing 3 lengthy pages of each morning, that I would practice my cursive and just make it more aesthetically pleasing. So that's what I did. I think here's when I started. So it looks a little, I don't know, cuter. And then I'll show you today. This is what my cursive is looking like. It's not always legible, but it's pretty. And I haven't written in cursive in so long. So I'm really good at printing, regular printing, but I'm an artist, so I've always gotten compliments on my handwriting, but my mom has the true beautiful cursive handwriting. Her journals look amazing. So week 2, I also read the week 2 chapter in this book, and she mentions a whole section on poisonous playmates, and I just want to go through some of my favorite aspects of this chapter, what resonated the most with me. I think if you feel connected to these types of videos and the Artist Way workshop, I genuinely kind of advise you guys to get your own book and read it yourself, because the way she words it and gives you these kind of sites of wisdom resonates deeply with everyone else kind of a little differently. And I think for that reason it's important that you get the book and read it yourself. But she talks a lot about in this chapter how there's like influences from our past and those around us who have poisoned our mind and thinking that being creative, is kind of a little bit delusional. It's not perfectly fit into societal expectations of what being productive or being fulfilling looks like. So it's all about disregarding that mentality and feeding your inner child and filling it with the creativity or kind of the exploration to be creative without any expectations. And then she goes into this archetype called crazy makers, which crazy makers are, discount reality. They triangulate with those who are dealt with them. They are great at blaming others and not taking responsibility. They create drama, they hate schedules, they hate order, that kind of thing. And then skepticism. She talks about that as well. Skepticism, it's for people who aren't really sure, this is very much the early stages of the workshop, so it's from the perspective of someone like, oh, is this even working for me? Am I doing this right? I'm not sure if this is, you know, the right activity for me, but a lot of the times that's the ego and the voice in our head that's trying to convince us that when we're uncomfortable, to revert back to our old ways, to revert back to our old selves and our old comfort zones, which is an endless cycle of toxicity that we already know. If you're interested in this, that probably isn't very good for you. So she's teaching us to push past that, and to really do the morning pages, write 3 lengthy pages, even if it seems unreasonable and tedious. You know, it will prove a lot of success within the end. For me personally, I started this unsure myself. I was very hesitant towards writing 3 pages. I was like, maybe I'll just do 2 and call that a day, and we'll slowly work it up. But I forced the 3 pages to come out perfectly, and I was even doing a typing situation. So instead of the journal, I was pulling up my computer every morning and I was typing out 3 lengthy pages. That's way longer. It was not worth it. I've come to really like 3 pages because none of it has to make sense. I just scribble out anything and everything that comes to my mind, and there's something about it that's so clearing. I didn't even wake up, I didn't realize that I was waking up with so much clouded thoughts in the morning, but I have a lot on my mind every single day, and the fact that I start it now with kind of just a big, long journal entry of just gibberish or things that are important to me and are crossing my mind at 6 a.m., it's really nice to go to work and start my day with a clean slate, knowing that I've expelled all that frustration and I don't have to think about it or worry about it anymore because I've already talked about it. I've already let it out of my system. It makes me more productive in the day. It makes me more positive. It makes me more excited. I find starting off with a clean slate is just a much easier way to get me to feel better about life, and a much easier way for me to be present in the moment, because I didn't even realize, this is just a small example, that when I was walking to work early in the morning, that I had so much in my mind, and I wasn't noticing the change in season and the trees sprouting buds for spring. You know, that's just an example, but because of how clouded and fuzzy my mind was before I started this workshop, now that I journal every morning and I make sure I have breakfast because I'm up, I might as well just make it, and I make myself my matcha every morning before I go. I'm happy, I'm awake, I'm alert, I'm clear. This is something that's very important to me, because when I'm present in the moment, I take inspiration a lot easier. As an artist, inspiration is everywhere. It's all around us. It's in emotions, it's in nature, it's in community and connection. And when you're not present in the moment, and when you're constantly worrying about the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, you come off as, you know, very blocked, because nothing around you is having this effect of like a positive domino. You're not intaking any good reaction or good emotion from those around you, because mentally you're always somewhere else. That's just something I've noticed. I have had a couple of ideas for my art, and I even started this new drawing with the Prismacolor crayons again. So it's been really fun and therapeutic for me. I just noticed that, like coffee or like a shot of espresso, I'm more awake for my days, and I'm more present with everything around me. I've always tried to be more present with everything around me, but this just reaffirms it, and it teaches me more disciplined methods at being present every day. So it's almost a guarantee. So I just wanted to share something that I've learned about myself that maybe you might find intriguing, is that for manifestation, it's easier to manifest when you're able to keep promises to yourself. So what I mean by that is whenever I tried to manifest in the past, and before I learned about the law of attraction and everything else, I had always been a really effortlessly successful manifester. When I started my spiritual journey and I was trying to manifest a job opportunity, a new friend, money, or something like anything like that, it was difficult. It wouldn't come in right away. It wouldn't come in the way that I expected. It was a very interesting progress, but I've recently had a lot of manifestations come in, and a big one come in. It has to do with my vacation trip, because a year ago on my birthday, my sister got me the daily journal entries that you see in your bookstores, like Indigo and whatnot. And at the front of the page, you're supposed to write, your name and your reward for completing the book. The book took me about a year to complete it. There was a couple days that I missed. I did go back, but the book took me about a year to complete it. I finished it sometime in March, and it was very rewarding. I felt some kind of way about it when I finished it, and I was going through my previous entries, and I was just looking at everything, what I'm grateful for, things in the day that made me happy, my affirmations that I wrote down. At the front of the page, my reward for completing the book was a trip to the tropics. My birthday is April 28th, and for my birthday, which I didn't ask for, my sister just booked the flight, we are going to Jamaica, which is really exciting because it's something I had no intention of planning. I was planning mentally a trip for the summer, something to just reward myself with, but it's so funny how that lined up. She got the journal for my birthday. My reward for completing the journal after almost a year of doing it every single day was a trip that I had written down on April 28th last year. It was very effortless. I didn't think anything of it, but I was trying to figure out why that so, divinely worked out so perfectly without me having to do anything. And I think it has to do with commitment and promises and discipline. Any time that I've tried to manifest something and I've thought about it every single day, I write it down, I keep coming back to it, I think about it, I'm overthinking, did I write it right, does it make sense, I should I be more specific, it doesn't work out, it doesn't come true. I think one of the best ways to manifest is, one, to kind of forget about it, not think so much about it. Just when you ask for something, ask for it effortlessly. Say if you want $5,000, say, I would like $5,000, please. And not think anything of it. And just let it happen. Let it come to you in any way that it comes to you. But ask for it as if it's already yours. And then disregard it. The second thing is to attach your manifestation, and this might just be like a training wheel. It's definitely a training wheel advice for me, but attach your manifestation to a commitment under promise. Keeping promises to yourself is so important because it teaches your inner child and yourself, right now in the present moment, that you can take care of you, that you will provide yourself with the kind of love that you are deserving of, and that anything you want for is already yours. So when I attached my manifestation to my journaling and writing every day for 365 days of the year, and when I committed to that and I was disciplined enough to follow through and learn and grow through that progress report, I was successfully rewarded in the end. And that's just one example. There's a couple more that I've had because my manifestations have recently started coming through with ease. And I was thinking about why that was, and most of the time they're attached to a commitment or a promise I made to myself. Whenever it's for like meeting new people, I want to meet somebody else, I want to be offered a job opportunity, I want to be offered this and that. It's a commitment that I've made to putting my artwork out there, to being more present and making, friendly suggestions and asking others to, their opinion, what they think, building a community. When I say I want to speak with my boss about maybe creating a poster and practicing my graphic design skills, sometime later when I had completely forgot about it, he had come back to me, Victoria, can you design this poster for me? You have some Adobe skills, you've talked about it, you've put your artwork out there, which I have before, I've designed some stuff for my job. I would love it if you could do this. This was an opportunity that I hadn't expected. Of course, I, thanked him for it, and I was very gracious enough to accept. It's a very exciting project for me, but it was something that I had manifested and forgotten about because I knew it was going to come. You have to manifest with ease and knowing that it just won't be hard, because if you think otherwise, if you overthink, and if you get hung up on the details of it, it won't come in the way that you expect, or it won't come in at all. The universe works in a lot of really weird ways, so sometimes getting hung up on the details and asking for a specific event to happen or to occur, the universe kind of looks at you and is like, I don't know about that, because they could have something entirely planned differently. Something that's more suited to your routine, to your schedule, to your character and your approach. So that's something I've learned. And when I attach my manifestations to a commitment or a promise that I've made to myself, I not only strengthen the bond of my intuition and my inner child, but I've also strengthened the bond between me and the universe, me and my angels, me and so on and so forth. So that's just something I wanted to share. This was week 2. It's been very enlightening for me, very powerful for me. I'm so excited to do the artist date, and I'm also hoping to capture some really treasured moments on vacation. Thank you so much for watching. I love where this is going, and I'll see you guys later.